I wanted to do something a little bit different and give you something different than the standard old talking head. And I wanted to show you a few things I was working on here. This is my wax carving and wax working bench. Now, why does a Knifemaker get into wax? Well, because I cast in bronze, and I cast custom fine handmade stands in lost wax bronze casting. And this is some of the equipment it takes, by the way, to do this. Kind of surprising how much it takes to do such a small, what seems like a simple job. The main thing you'll notice on the bench right here, this is actually a mold for sprues. So I need some specialized sprues that they don't make, and sprues that they don't make in a wax that I am needing to use for a particular project. It has a particular consistency and melting point, and it's very specific, and no one actually manufactures them. So this is half of a silicone mold. Notice the molded pieces are wood, and they will form when I'm done. I'll have a funnel up here at the top, and then I'll be able to flow the wax that I need down in this. This is going to be a two-piece mold. The first or lower piece is cast, and then I'll cast the upper piece today, and then I'll have the mold I need. Notice the clutter and the wax on the bench and stuff. It's a very messy job working with wax. It's not real clean. You need to be careful with clothing and stuff like this, and you work with a lot of heat. Here's a Weller controlled temperature iron. Here's a monster. This is a monster iron. Let me zoom in on that thing. And I actually use this for a lot of different things. I may use it for melting a small amount of wax in that solid copper bowl at the end there. Right there's a solid copper bowl for milled and machined bowl for melting small amounts of wax. And then right next to it that's a vacuum pump. The vacuum pump is actually my cleanup pump. I use it for utility and cleanup. It actually pulls from this little hose right here, this clear hose, when I need to clean up wax scrap, and it pulls it into this. Of all the funny things, it pulls it into that pickle. Let's see if I can point it right there. That pickle. It's a What is it? It's a PVC, I think blown PVC pickle jar. Everybody's seen these. Well, it has a fitting at the top and a filter, and it collects all my dust wax. Let me get around here and show you. There you go. You can see in the bottom of it, you see all the dust wax in it, and that can all be remelted and reused. There are a lot of materials here. You'll notice this is a traditional alcohol lamp for heating up wax carving tools. These are the wax carving tools. A lot of stuff like this. It takes a lot of tools to work with wax. Let me show you a drawer full of wax working tools. This is typical for wax, clay, paper mache sculpting, and all of my stands are hand sculpted and handmade, and you can see all the ridiculous amount of stuff it makes. A lot of these are handmade. You see some of these are handmade here. A lot of them, the handles have been adapted. You do end up making a lot of tools, which is another thing that I want to touch on. I'll give you this little short tour. You'll notice there's a stand here, this white stand. Let me zoom out here. Oops, wrong way. Zoom out there. I'm zoomed out all the way. Okay, so there's a white stand bolted to the base. By the way, this is sitting on a big old granite block, and in the stand, it has all the components that are all adjustable. You can see this teal colored stand. This is an adjustable clamp for holding the sculptures and setting the wax pouring funnels in as I set them before I cast. This is a hook setter. This is all my own gear. This hook setter allows you to clamp and adjust and set the hooks in that you're going to work with the wax model in order to build up ceramic shell and the drying steps and everything. And then this is a fan. Of course, I'm an electrician, so I save let's look up under there if I can see it here. Yeah, it's a little, it's an air fan, variable speed control, so that I can blow some of the smoke away and keep things cooling at a regulated rate. And then up above, you'll see a hanger. This is a hanger to hang the sculptures and pieces on, because all of this ends up being in alignment to. Let me get back here. There we go. To work with the wax. So there's a tremendous amount of things to work with just in a custom wax. You'll see other molds over here. The little molds here that I've used and are making. Those are actually there's a mold over there for a microphone caps. if you remember from a first introductory video I did, I also do vintage electronics work and audio work, and I actually make and create repairs for like microphones, and do castings and stuff like that for components that are broken. A lot of times I'll cast these in coin silver rather than the aluminum they're cast in. It's just a better value, a better product. It's a lot nicer unit. And then over here you'll see a lot of pots. These pots are, and more irons. Of course, there's another melting iron, and then here's a small waste wax pot. You have, with wax, there you have a bunch of different kinds of wax to work with when you cast, a whole bunch of different ones, and they all have different properties. Here's a funnel casting on an old laboratory stand when I want to cast high strength machinable grade wax. This is pretty much how it has to be cast inside metal. And then of course old crock pots for melting wax. This is all wax work. This is full of the high temperature wax. And then you notice a lot of old pots and pans and stuff. This is for wax. This is all wax work. These are molding frames. And you'll notice right in front of them, of course, are the standard Knifemaker grinding belts. Because this is the trade craft, and this is all part of what I do. Investment casting, tubs of investment, always very critical. There is a lot to casting, flexible shaft machines, of course, and variable speed air-driven machines, and then high-speed turbines, all the controls for them, the pneumatic system, the air system. There's quite a bit to it, and this is just a wax carving bench. That's all this covers. It's a quick little video of wax carving. By the way, there's a lot more that happens with carving wax and casting. These are the utility tools I use. Look at this. This looks like somebody's kitchen. But in a lot of ways it is, because you have to do a lot of measuring, a lot of mixing, pouring, scraping, straining. If you're working with plaster, you need, and waxes, you need ladles, you need spatulas. If you're doing silicone molds, which I do a lot of, you'll need all of this material, strainers, brushes, and then of course you'll need wax, or not wax, but investment bowls. These are solid rubber bowls for investment. They're containers and holders for working with wax and working with investment, and ceramic shell. And then of course you'll need all the different kinds of wax and sprues. You can't see in there really, it's too dark, but just let's see. And then if you do investment casting, which I do, you need lots and lots of different investment flasks. Now these are all stainless steel flasks with rubber pouring gate formers, and this is how you cast investment. So this is a little side. Oh yeah, and you need lots and lots of brown wax by the pounds. And this is investment and ceramic lost shell casting. I do casting for my bronze sculptures and stands, for fine custom handmade knives. I'm working on a pretty elaborate one now. I hope to get done soon, and it'll be up on the website. It's one I've been working on for several months. And this is just the sculptural wax, plaster, stand, bronze casting, wax side. The other side, let's see, I could probably do another video and show you the warm side that I have out now, which is all the hot stuff, the melting furnaces and all that. But this gives you an idea of what it takes just to carve wax models and get into basic casting. It's been a lot of years of putting it all together, and a lot of it is custom equipment, like I said before, and which is nice that you can do that, because so much of this stuff doesn't exist. Anyway, little sidetrack. Hope you enjoyed it, and leave your comments in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Every bit of this always helps. Thanks.